Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Four Dads Podcast featuring your host Don Julio and myself, Teets. Hope you guys have had a happy new year so far. Hopefully you guys have been able to enjoy some of the new PGA Tour events at Kapalua as well as the Sony Open in, I think it was Honolulu for the other one. But honestly, there hasn't been too much crazy news out there, golf related. Rory McIlroy has been lining up more with the exact opposite of what he's been doing over the last few years, like bashing the LIV, and all of a sudden now he's more on the lines of, hey, let's join them, let's join the two tours together, let's get the best of the best, which got Don Julio thinking that what if he ended up just making that switch? Like, how insane would that be? You find out Roy gets paid like $100 million to join LIV compared to everyone else that got the bag. But LIV was like, screw you if you want to join. We're going to take the lowest of the money for bashing us for 2 years. I mean, do you think it could actually happen?
At this point, why not? I feel like it'd be a dumb move not to.
Mm.
I mean, it's free money at your pocket. I mean, regardless, like 100 million to go to a tour where you could walk away with 25 million for
Mm-hmm.
a 3-day
But
tournament.
yeah,
Like $50 million. I don't know, these purses that they play for are ridiculous, but I'm just saying, like, 3 days of golf, do what you want, make golf fun for you again. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's just weird that, like, Rory. I'm not going to bash Rory, but I know he's one of the top competitors. But it feels weird like that he's complaining so much when he fumbles every opportunity he has to really put himself at, like, the cream of the crop
Yeah,
at three
besides that
putts.
FedEx Cup championship, he hasn't done anything. Or like that
No,
that fourth round finish at Augusta like 2 years ago. Besides that, that was it. He hasn't done anything.
yeah. I mean, like, for a guy who loves to hit the high draw, like, Augusta, I feel like is perfect for you, and you can't execute on any shot. Like, what I don't know. I think 2 years ago was where him and Colin Morikawa had that amazing shot out of the bunker,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Either
Uh-huh.
than that, I don't even think he made the cut last year.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. He's
Yeah,
been really struggling besides that one and when they had the Open at St. Andrews and Cam Smith came away from that, like he hadn't really been doing well. He hasn't been doing well in majors. And I mean like what is the old saying, like any news is good news, So he was giving news and free, what do you call it? Free exposure to LIV by bashing it constantly for a couple years, and regardless, like it still is coverage, it still is being talked about. And I know like this is a little sidebar, but like when the game Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, like what was it, like 15 years ago now, like that game, they literally paid millions of dollars for companies and journals and whatever you call them, like news outlets and whatever, to bash the game so it would get talked about more, because negativity really sells. If you see the world today, like that's literally all it is just negative, 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 and people talk about it. And they literally paid so much money to bash the game, and it ended up being I think it's easily by far the best selling game ever, in video game like history, and it's still making money today 15 years later. Like they're still chugging it along, finally making the new one. I think next year I think it'll be coming out. But um you're given free coverage, and I've seen tweets like this as well where not even Rory McIlroy related, but it's like, hey, someone puts a tweet up about Dos Equis, and just has like a cool little thing that goes viral, a cool little clip, and they kind of figure out the exposure that it got, how much that would have actually cost to reach that many people if Dos Equis, for example, would have paid for that. And it's like, hey, I just got you like $5 million worth of brand exposure for free. I don't know how people are able to figure that out, but you see things like that, and it's like, yeah, well, you never know. He could have been in and out the whole way. He could have been in on it the whole time. You never know. That'd be really crazy if you were to pull that off and just switch.
I think you make a really good point. I mean, you're right. If bad publicity sells, like, what if he's just the I don't know. What if he's just the little weasel, just continues to stir the pot, and
Yeah.
every time he's just getting paid fat? Like it's definitely a possibility. But I guess my next question to that is like, why him of all people? Why not Tiger? Why not Phil? Oh, I guess Phil already jumped on board. But um,
Yeah. Maybe
like
not Tiger.
why?
Tiger wouldn't want to bash the PGA. Like Tiger's legacy is like a legacy. Rory,
Yeah,
he's
he's still trying to
he's
figure
not
his out.
Tiger. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right. Like he's not
yeah,
Tiger where it's like let's not do no one wants any negativity with Tiger. Like
yeah.
and I'm sure even if Tiger were to bash Live, which he really hasn't been out publicly as much as Rory, obviously no one has as much as Rory, but I mean that would just be hilarious. The ultimate slap in the face if you were to switch because like I feel like every day that there is no legitimate um what do they call it, merger, like the actual like terms and everything agreed with the PGA and Live, it's just benefiting Live every day that it's not because the PGA is going to end up losing more money and Live is just one extra day closer to signing somebody else big, whether it's Tony Finau, whether it's Tyrrell Hatton, some of the other big names out there. But I
I
don't
feel
know,
like
I mean,
if I were to take if there were a bet to say who would be the next player, in my opinion, to go to live, it would be a tie between Tony Finau, just because the guy, I mean, he's really all about his family, right? So he wants
yeah,
to have as much as possible
he's
to
the
give
perfect
them.
dude for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like people would understand, especially after watching Full Swing, seeing how in depth, into his family
Yeah,
and what he really sacrifices.
yeah,
I think that would be the one person where everyone's like, yeah, I saw that coming.
right.
My next one would be this one might be a shocker, but Xander Schauffele.
Hmm. Yeah.
I mean, he's a constant competitor in my opinion, and I just feel like for him, like, dude, I'll just play golf. Like, if you hear him talk about it, he's like, I'm just here for the golf. Like now, it's like at this point, like if I can make more, why not?
Right.
My last one that I was thinking, actually, if I were to put up three, I think my third one would probably be Jason Day.
I don't think they'd allow him on with that Malbon contract and outfits, bro. They'd be like, "Sorry, dude, we wear shorts
Oh
around
yeah,
here." Yeah, I'm just kidding.
yeah.
No,
Oh, who knows?
I mean,
Maybe it'd be a bigger opportunity for Malbon.
yeah, more worldwide, in my opinion. Because they actually go over to Australia and other parts of the world that the PGA has not done over the last 15, 20 years. But I do know from a source of mine for a fact that Tony Finau was literally about to jump, and it's only a matter of time before he does. Like he literally had everything all good to go. And I was literally telling people on freaking those stupid little Facebook forums where it's like the troll pages, where it's like, "Oh, look at Tony Finau. Oh, everyone said he was going to go," and I'm like, "He's going. Don't listen to it. He's going." You know. And then he hasn't gone yet, but I think he really will go. Um, who else was I going to say? I mean, apparently Terrell Hatton was almost going to go as well. Like he was really going to go. And I mean, again, I think it'll eventually happen. People are just or players are just getting more and more irritated with Monahan, um, and the non-transparency that he's with the players. Like like he's just not being transparent. It seems if they feel like they're getting lied to, they're
Oh
getting the
yeah,
runaround, and I would be extremely frustrated in that situation, whether I was middle of the road or top of the line like Rory. I would need like I'm that kind of person, even like with my current job, where I'm like, hey, like if you want something from me, like make sure you get it in writing. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but like I'm human, I can forget things. But like if anything were to go on where like I said something and I didn't mean it not maliciously, but you don't have any email or anything in writing of me promising something for my work, well then like it's if I don't recall it, well then I can't go for it. I can't agree with it, you know? And if I'm these players, dude, I'm like, dude, I need something in writing. Like, I can't just say, oh, I promise that we're going to take care of you guys. You guys are going to be rewarded. Next thing you know, it's like, oh, we got a pack of 32 water bottles for you right over there. And they're from Pebble Beach, so enjoy. And it's like,
Yeah.
come on, dude. Like, it's kind of like the whole adage of like when you're at work and they're like, I would rather have like $100 bonus for Christmas than this stupid Christmas party that none of us want to be
Yeah.
at because our families aren't here, you know, or like the $20 pizzas that you're buying us. Like, just give us a bonus. We don't need to have the
Yep.
parties, you know, like,
Yep.
because he hasn't been able to prove himself. So I'd be extremely frustrated if I was a player. Extremely.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the same way. Like, I my last job, I was, I don't know, I was super dedicated, and then it like now I'm like, all right, you want me to do all this extra stuff? Like, show me the money.
Yeah.
Well, no, like we need you to show me where in my contract it says I need to do that. Show me. If it's there, I'll do it. Well, it's part of your role. Again, show me in my contract. Like, I don't want to.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, right.
and I mean that's like I will say like that is kind of I guess pushing the limit a little bit there, but ultimately that's just how I feel about it. I'm like, dude, what's the point of me doing that? Like, I already do all this extra stuff. Leave me alone. I don't want to do anything
Mm-hmm.
more. I want to be done by 5 o'clock and spend time with my daughter and be
Right.
there with my wife and do what I want to do. Like, you
Exactly.
only pay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, like
yeah.
my job will offer me from time to time overtime, and I'm fine with overtime from time to time. But I'm not that kind of person that if I can get overtime every single day of the week, that I will do it for the extra money. Because I'm like, I don't work to live; I live to work.
Hmm.
Wait, I work to live. That's it. The other way around. Sorry, flip it, flip it, flip it. I work to live. I do not. I do not live to work. Sorry, the
Yeah.
opposite. I like my 40 hours, getting my money. I make enough where I'm comfortable and I don't need to worry about doing anything else. The last thing I want to do
wanna
is,
wanna buy my camera and
excuse
just
me,
that's
is
it.
that's it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, and
But yeah, I
that's it.
mean, but yeah, so I mean, the PGA and Live thing is, it'll be. Do you think it's even gonna merge this year? Like, do you think that 2024 we're going to see it happen sometime this year, or do you think it's going to never or next year? Or like, do you think it'll actually happen?
I think there's a higher chance of World War III happening than this merger.
Oh boy, dude, don't even get me started. Yeah, yeah. At least this year. At least this year. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Um, no, but I don't know, man. I mean, it's been going on for what, 6 months now since they kind of announced
Yeah,
everything, or maybe longer.
around. Yeah,
Yeah, like there's been conversations, but again, like everyone has to be in agreement, and you have to understand, like the part that I think a lot of people like we see it from the entertainment and player side, but like there's so much on the back end from the partnerships with the networks. How does the networks make their money? I mean, we had an
yeah,
episode where we were talking about how is it ABC or Fox Sports I think pays. I think it is ABC. ABC pays like $4 million during Augusta to play the bird noises in the background in
yeah.
intermission.
I remember
Yeah,
that. I remember that.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And I was like, what? That's insane. And then people were saying how like the fairways at Augusta are sprayed, like the some of
yeah.
the age
I've
some
heard
of the
that.
edges or something that were
Yeah.
sprayed, and then certain bushes or trees or whatever are like in placements much like Disney, where the certain colors or it like hides either something that's in the background for like
Hmm.
um
Okay.
for like a broadcasting booth that's literally just
Right.
controls or like the main
Mm-hmm.
area, and sometimes if you because of the certain color like you just don't see it, right? Like you're just, oh,
Mm,
it's totally camouflaged in.
gotcha.
um
Yeah.
but yeah, like there's all these different things that go on, and here's my thing. I think I've spoke on this before. What I like about Live is like it really is becoming a global golfing,
Mm-hmm.
tournament where
Yeah. Hmm.
The PGA stuck to the same courses forever now.
Yeah.
I mean, forever now. The times I think it's been better for the PGA when they've done things at other courses that maybe they don't play all the time. Like again, going back to 2020, how many people tuned into that because they were playing at TPC Harding. Like everyone could
And
relate because a lot of
and no one
people
outside of
have
San
been there.
Francisco had never heard of it, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's great exposure.
yeah, exactly. And now, I mean, I remember rounds there used to be like $80. After that happened, 300, $400 to play there.
No way.
Where? Like, look, I'll pull it up right now. I'll look on my golf
Because
now.
I do remember looking up the prices when that round when they were doing it. It said if you're not from the area, you're not a local. You know, a
Yeah,
local ID. It's like
yeah,
125, and then like
yep,
if you are local, it was like 75 or something like that.
yeah. Like, look, if I go, yes, it says non-resident walking for tomorrow is like 190. It was never that
Ah,
expensive. Never
okay,
that
okay.
expensive. But these are, let's see for the weekend.
The
Hang on.
PGA
Oh yeah,
effect.
here you go. So Friday, Friday for a non-residential is $250. Resident 130 to 120 walking. Not worth it.
Yeah.
I'm telling
Ugh. Mm.
like you think Dragonfly charging 100 is like oh my god. No way, dude. With these greens, like no freaking way. Dude, Harding, not even worth over
You
$100.
don't think it's gotten any better at all? They just rose it at all.
No,
Really?
no,
Wow.
no, no. The best thing about that course is the view of Olympic across the water. That's
Wow.
it.
Could you imagine playing there while you're spending like
Wow.
$200? Like, whoa.
Like, dude, these guys pay $250,000 for an initiation fee. We just paid 200. Do you realize how much of a difference that is?
Dude, if I were ever to be like to get hooked up in a golf course like that, and I legitimately paid off that fee, and they ask for any more money for me, for like, hey, we gotta fix this bunker, or we gotta fix these tee boxes, dude, go screw yourself. I just gave you $250,000. What are you doing with that money? Like, you gotta lower your salaries or something, dude. Like, there's no way you're gonna. Yeah, it means I could have more money. I should have more money, but
Yeah,
come on, like, come
yeah,
on, man.
I know, man. I know. So what's in the plays for you, man? What's the plan for this weekend? Are we gonna do this or what? Are we gonna play? Are we gonna risk it? Because the
Dude,
thing, here's
so
my thing.
yeah.
Here's my thing. I will be there. If you say you're in, I will be there. But my my the only reason why I'm on the edge is because I know you don't like to play in the rain. And if there's any drizzle, I don't want you being like, that's it, man. I'm out.
Yeah.
No, I'm not playing. Nope, it's raining. I got my nice Jordans on. I'm not getting a money. No, no, I'm out. I'm out. Like that's my only thing. So if you're committed to being there, I will be there. If you're not, you need to tell me because that's 4 hours
Oh,
of
dude.
driving that.
Dude, I will tell you this right now. I will tell you this right now. I am constantly looking every few hours at the weather forecast, to see how it's gonna be. And over here, as of right now, no rain today, no rain tomorrow, no rain Friday, no rain Saturday. It's supposed to rain a little. It doesn't give me the percentages, but it says from like midnight to like 6:30 it's supposed to rain. I don't know if that's like 20%, 30%, a lot, a little. I don't know what that is, but it's not supposed to rain from like 7 a.m. all the way till like 5:30. If that's the case, we on Friday, if that's the case, yeah, we'll play. I will
So
bail
oh,
out.
I'm looking at it right now. It says 20. So at
What zip code are you using? Or are you at
I
Dragonfly? Type in Dragonfly.
okay, hang on. Weather at
Because, dude, it has been so inconsistent. It's like, oh, raining all day. Oh, it's only raining in the morning. Oh, it's raining all day. Like, it's been so annoying just to look at these, what the weather has been. And I'm like, dude, this is like the 21st century. We really don't have an idea especially here in California, where it's not as crazy like the Midwest, where it could rain anytime, and it's hard to really, or even Florida, where it's hard to keep up with that. Like, I don't know. Over here, it does not look that bad.
So it says
And
so
let's hear
so
it.
it says on Sunday that there's a 56% chance of rain within the Madera area.
But the thing
Uh,
is, though,
50
on on that day, let's just say Sunday, that goes from 12 midnight to 11:59 the next day, and so 56% chance means that if it's going to rain at all, that means it could rain from midnight to 3 a.m. and that counts as it's raining on that day, right?
Sure,
um,
sure.
which is extremely. And if that's the first day that it actually rains, it's not going to be that wet. It'll be damp, of course, because it's like cold and dewy. But you know, my
All right.
biggest concern is, and again,
You're
we'll make the we'll we'll make the final call on Friday night. I'll let you know the final call on Friday night, maybe Saturday morning. But I will let you know. And my only biggest thing is, like, the downside is the next weekend you're in Tahoe, right, with your family, so you're not able to come on down for that weekend. And then the weekend after that, I believe, is around the 31st when you're playing frickin' Pebble Beach, mother trucker. So, then we got at least like 2+ weeks that we have to wait until to even play again, and
Or you could come up to me and we could play. I don't know. I mean, again, like the girls can go to Napa. We can play. You guys can stay here at the house. Like, I don't know, something, but whatever. I mean, it's
I know
yeah.
that'd be
But
dope. That'd be dope. I mean, like,
do
dude, the thing,
Mhm.
I
Go
mean,
ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I know, um, obviously by then we'd be 100% better, with my family coming and getting sick. I've been sick since literally just after Christmas, and I came to find out that my buddy Brandon that I was playing with on my round after Christmas got me and my family sick. It got me sick. No, it got my son sick first, and then my son got me sick. And then I got my son. No, I got sick. Then I got my son sick. Then he got my wife sick. And then now my father-in-law's sick. And now my mother-in-law's sick, all because of pretty much Brandon and playing some
Yeah.
golf. And this has been like the weirdest sickness ever because I don't really get sick. Uh, but yeah, the goal is Sunday to be here, get around in. I'm hoping, dude, I really want to go 10 under would be so freaking dope. I've looked at the tee boxes. Have you looked? Go on their website when you get a chance and just look at these tee boxes. It looks really cool where it's like, okay, this could actually be kind of fun. Mainly because it's not yourself that's playing. It's like 3 people. So all you need is one good tee shot. But like, you have totally different angles of the holes than we're used to playing. Like, the
Mm.
first hole is literally by the 18th tee box, by the 18th green, like right behind the 18th green is where you're hitting. So instead of having that dog leg left on the first hole, you're hitting straight away. It's
So you're
trippy,
saying
dude.
you're actually gonna hit the fairway instead of trying to take it over the trees into the shit.
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much. And if I do hit the trees, then, well, I mean, I guess there's just a magnet in there or something, dude.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, dude, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, whether we do it this time or not, I can't wait. Uh, it's it'll be fun, man. It'll be fun. And
No, I mean, I think it's a fun track. Like I enjoy it when I play it. It's a fun track. Um, I just haven't touched my clubs, I think, since the last time we played.
really,
I think so.
well, maybe go to the range tomorrow or something. I don't know.
It's so wet over here. Like
Oh, really?
I mean, it's just been dumping nonstop over here.
Really?
I think in the last 2 weeks we've gotten almost like 10 inches of water.
What?
Yeah, it's a pretty big
Dude,
deal.
that's
It's a
nut.
pretty big deal.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially.
people get crazy over 6 inches. Like, 10 is a
Okay,
big deal.
okay, yeah, yeah, kind of a big deal. No, but dude, like, literally,
El Nino doesn't want to brag, but it's a
yeah,
big
yeah, yeah. Dude, what's crazy is, like, the first time I touched my club since the day after Christmas was Monday for me. And dude, I go driver first just to kind of get my wrists warmed
Yeah.
up a little differently. And dude, my first like 4 shots were just worm burners. I was like, dude, it's been like 2.5 weeks since I touched my clubs. I was like, holy crap. And then I started getting the hang of it, and I was like, okay, I'm doing better. And then what's today? Wednesday, yesterday, Tuesday night, my neighbor across the street, dude, he's putting in like an equivalent of like a $40,000 um
Simulator.
simulator in his garage, literally right across the street from my house. And he said within the next few weeks, he's going to have his walls all padded up. He's going to have like the monitor in the front. And dude, I'm like, okay. And like last
You,
night, he's
you,
like,
you and
dude,
Carter outside. You and Carter outside playing, and all of a sudden you hear this bang, and he's like, "I guess I forgot the ceiling."
no, dude, it's gonna be so sick. Like yesterday, we were playing, and he's like, "Dude, come over, we're playing." And so the nice thing is, I just open up my garage, take my bag, walk right across the street, and he's right there. And I haven't really warmed up, and I hit a drive, a nice little cut in the air, 303, and it's and like the garage door is open. I have my long sleeve Under Armour on, like I'm cold. I'm like, there is no way that I just hit like it ended up carrying like going like 323, like.
Dude,
No, but
Corey and
like
I told you, bro. Like you've been hitting the ball. You've been hitting your drives the last two times that we played. You've been dialed with that driver. I mean, your miss is like minuscule off the center of the face, and when
well,
you
don't get me
tat it,
wrong.
like
Like I
it
do think
goes.
I
I'm
can
telling you, like I was
hit it
I was
that
impressed. I'm
far.
like,
Like I can. The only thing is though, like when I don't warm up,
oh
when I'm
yeah,
all like, when I'm bundled up with like a long sleeve on, like my first swing after 2 slow practice swings is going to be 300 yards. Like I'm not Bryson DeChambeau or Julio, Don frickin' Julio, like I need to warm up a little bit. Like, yeah, I know I can
yeah.
definitely
But
get that in the summer,
smooth
but
is fast. Smooth is fast. That's what you have to remember. Smooth is fast.
yeah, I guess so. I mean, hey, I'll take it. But they were like, "Holy
Yeah.
crap!" And I'm like, "I'm right there with you, dude. I don't know how this happened."
You're like, guys. I don't know if you know this, but I'm a
Kind
pretty
of a
big deal.
yeah.
People know me.
People know me. And then, dude, and one of the guys that we were playing with, he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm always just hitting like 200 yards," and I'm sitting there like, "How do I like be nice about it?" Like,
Sucks to suck, motherfucker.
so I'm
Like,
like,
get me
dude,
another beer
like,
while you're at it.
yeah. Oh man, I felt bad. I'm like, yeah, well, it is what it is. But
All right. So I do have to say one thing. So to your point in our like 2 podcasts ago, we were talking about graphite shafts. I
okay,
stand corrected. You're right. I stand corrected. You were totally right. There is and this is just I think for me it's just I've been out of the fitting game for so long that like I just didn't know. But apparently, yeah, if you have some wrist issues going with some of the newer
graphite.
graphite shafts actually do relieve the impact within your wrist
Well, I'm
significantly,
glad.
apparently.
Well, I'm glad to know that I'm not just getting sold by Brandon trying to make some cash. That it actually
Yeah.
is legitimate. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad to hear that because like I was even talking about it last night. I'm like, dude, like I just want to be able to play whenever. I want to be able to play, enjoy the round, the next day, just have no pain. Like that's what I want to do. If I
Why
could
don't
play back to
why
back
don't you
days, that'd be
just
great.
like why don't you just like do like the old football wrap where you get like the free wrap, you put it on there, and then you can
I
put
haven't
like a
tried that.
hold on, listen, but then you can put like your yardages, so you're like 150.
Freaking Patrick Mahomes over here. Yeah,
Yeah,
just open it up. Yeah, just open it up, close it. Yeah, go like
calling signs like to the flag.
after every shot.
Yeah, literally. You're like, are you waving at the hole? Be like, yep, we're coming in.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, hey, I might need to try that. Whatever helps, dude. Honestly, but that's the goal. That's the end goal. And whatever comes up next, birthday, Father's Day, whatever, I'm gonna try and get some wedges, taken care of, and trying out those, you know, graphite shafts and hoping that they help out. Because again, our biggest video so far still is my Jumbo Max Grip one because it's like I had a great round, and it's Jumbo Max grips,
Yeah.
and there's no pain. And people watched it. I'm like, oh, cool, awesome, very cool.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that if we're able to get out on Sunday, that changes with all the clickbait videos. Can we shoot 10 under at the longest golf course in California? Find
Yeah.
out now. Hopefully next week and next
Yeah.
podcast, we have some good news for you guys that we're able to get the video and we'll have it out within a week. Don't forget to stay fly and go low. We'll see you next time, and hopefully we'll have some more golf to talk about. Hopefully you enjoyed learning a little bit about our kids and a little bit about our parenting. Have a great night, everybody.